It's Real 92.3 Bootleg. Kev, DJ Head. My
West
guy
Coast.
is here. Maino, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Maino.
Hey.
Did I do it right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's about right.
Man.
Yeah.
Maino, welcome to the show. I
Thank
gotta
you, man.
ask you, where did you find Macy Gray? Because I haven't heard her name in so long. And
That's different, right?
It's super different, especially a Maino Macy Gray
Right.
song.
It don't even sound right.
Sound crazy.
It sound crazy.
It's fire though.
It's fire. And you know what? Sometimes when everybody going right, you gotta go left.
True.
You gotta do things that people not expecting.
Nah, I respect it, man.
You
But
know?
how did that happen, man?
The Heat Makers, they you know the Heat Makers.
Oh
from New
my
York.
God! Shout out to Dipset. They're the architects of my favorite Dipset music of all time.
They made this record,
Okay.
and my man Blue was like, "Yo, look, I think Macy Gray sound dope on that." I'm like, "Do she even do songs with rappers?" And he was like, "Yeah." And, you know, we sent it to her. She thought it was dope, and she got it done.
Fire. Did you get to was she in the studio with you or
Nah.
have you guys chopped it up yet? She seemed very eclectic, like a very interesting
different.
person.
Yeah, like different. You know what I mean? A little but in a beautiful way. You know?
For sure.
Yeah. But we talked, but I was just like, man, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy. This is unexpected. So everywhere I go, everybody say the same thing. Like, how you even pull that off?
Mm-hmm.
Are we? We're approaching the 10-year anniversary of If Tomorrow Comes, right?
If Tomorrow Comes, 10 years.
Is that this year?
10 years.
Was that
That's
09?
this year, June 30th.
Wow, it's a decade later, and I still feel like it's one of the most slept on albums of the last 10 years, man. Classic, bro.
I was telling you, I fuck with that. Remember My Name.
Remember My Name.
That was like that one, and of course, All the Above. But that one was my go-to.
Remember My Name is one of my favorite ones.
Okay, cool.
Soldier.
That was
just an amazing body of work, bro. I felt like
it was.
Conceptually, it was well put together. It felt like the album you took your whole life to make, and I know it was.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
that's what they say when you first making your first album. That's what it's supposed to feel like because it's about your experiences up until that point. So you talking about everything from your child life to your young adult years to being in the street, being in prison, and all that. So all those experiences all in one. So that's why it sound like that. And I feel like I was one of the first to kind of make it like the whole album a story.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole album felt like a story all the way through. You know?
I never got a chance to talk to you since then, but I always wanted to ask you this about when you did the album, when you first did High Hater and then leading into the album, it felt like it was more of a celebration. It was triumphant. The album sounded really triumphant to me.
Right.
Like a celebratory. You came home, you got cracking. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Because everything before that was more underground. It was more rugged.
Right.
Am I right in feeling like that?
Yeah, but I mean, because the nature of the type of music that I make is always feels like triumphant because we come from so much trauma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you here in LA, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean when you coming from that trauma and you coming from that background where it's just so much turmoil, right?
Yeah.
So when you get an opportunity to get out and escape by doing something as unbelievable as being a rapper, like I never was a rapper, bro.
Right.
Like
getting signed to Atlantic.
This is what I'm saying. Like even just the thought of me even being an artist on any level, right? So when you think about how I even came up with the idea to rap, I started rapping while I was in prison.
Right.
Never had any aspirations about being an artist.
That's crazy.
So when with that being said, and then to actually do that much time and then come home and to make it work, it's always you always gonna hear that kind of underdog. We finally made it, connotations of my music because it's celebratory. It's like it could have been way worse, but we here.
Other people that been down before like that always say, do you feel like music saved your life?
100%.
Right.
100%. The most scary thought is the thought about what would we be doing if music wasn't
pop,
here,
if it wasn't the focus,
like it's crazy because like what was my real options? I never tried to be anything other than what I was. When you're a conscious criminal and you and everything around what you're doing is based around in the street. Like you don't develop in too many other areas unless you smart enough or have some people around you that can pull you in other places. But other than that, like it's some unfortunately, niggas gonna be in the street for the rest of their life.
Right.
Some.
Most.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, it is crazy, and it's crazy to think like, I remember when you first started to bubble on the mixtape scene because I was selling mixtapes at the swap meet when I was like 16 years old.
Swap meet.
He bootlegged your shit.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, of course. Not the album though. Didn't bootleg the album. I was out of it by then. But I know Kim was one of the first big people to embrace you.
Yeah.
And I know you were around for a lot of that crazy shit that was going on with CNN and all that shit. How did you initially link up with Kim? And like, I feel like I just saw a video. Was it last year? There was like a funny video of you and her.
Yeah. It went viral. Like,
it went viral as fuck. But how did that initial like relationship, transpire?
Well, I knew Kim from the hood though, already. So when I came home, she did open up doors for me and open up a house for me. And let me come in and show me different things. First time I ever been on a Learjet was with her. First time I ever been in Miami was with her. First time I came back to California, because I lived in Watts.
Yeah.
When you were a baby?
We talked about that. Yeah.
Right. So first time I came back to LA was with her. First time I got a chance to really get out of Brooklyn and New York in a artist way. Right. So I ain't talking about getting out of New York in a hustler's way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anybody can do that,
right. I'm talking about, being flown in the cars
the right
pick
way.
You up and, going straight to the hotel and to the venue and in an artist type way. And I was just like, wow. So I'm always grateful for that opportunity, because if it wasn't for that, then I might not have been able to get to where I needed to go. You know what I mean?
Your start with her, ironically, is your song in Game 300 Bars. I think Rumors. Remember Rumors?
That was the song that changed my life.
Okay, so when you dropped Rumors,
right.
That was the first song I ever cleaned to play on the college radio station.
Wow.
When I was doing radio at the school.
Wow.
Just because I really I was like, have you heard this shit? So I cleaned it so I could play. It was that in 300 Bars.
Well, that was
a long edit.
That was the song. See, and that's the thing. That's when you talk about Kim. When I say, Kim gave me opportunity. Kim had an office in New York, and then I had met, her A&R, Gene Nelson, at the time, and I came to the office, and he gave me a beat CD, and I went home. And got in the car and I played that beat CD. I heard that beat and I was like, oh, wow.
I still remember.
The next day, Kim took me to Miami for the first time. And then when I was in Miami, it was just like, oh, wow. Like, damn, this is crazy. I'm seeing things. And when I got back, I made Rumors. You know what I'm saying? And that song changed my life, right? Because then right instantly, like a week or two later, I had labels calling me. Like literally. Wow. Labels was calling and I was like hanging up on niggas. Like,
you don't know what
because I never believed that was true.
Yeah, how that happened.
Back then you would hear rappers like, yo, I wasn't trying to rap, man. I ain't shop no deal. Like I really never shopped no deal. Like,
that's crazy.
Like it really like came to me. Like they was on my line like, yo, oh man, this is such and such from whatever records. And I was like, what? How you get my number? Wow. You know what I mean?
I felt like in that era too, I felt like everybody was trying to find the next 50 out of New York.
Yeah.
The next authentic motherfucker who walked.
I feel like the game and the culture didn't want that. It was changing. Like it wasn't gonna be cool to be this ultra macho, highly aggressive male. You understand? Like
it pivoted. It had a little pivot.
It pivoted.
Yeah.
Because
just like it pivoted from
the rise of Kanye West is correct. Because when Rumors came out, is the same time Kanye West was on the way up. Mm-hmm. So the game shifted a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. So now when we coming up after 50, mm-hmm. the music is aggressive. The music is like it's whatever, right? Yeah. But with a party vibe to it, we understand that we got to make
tempos.
Right. But Kanye West, I feel like he made it cool to be like a regular human.
Just a normal
like,
motherfucker.
Let's a normal dude.
He was the
look,
first guy.
I ain't no gangster. I ain't no killer. I ain't no shooter.
I work at the Gap.
I wear button ups, and you understand what I'm saying. Before that, everybody had on bulletproof vests.
Facts.
Everybody had on tank tops, and there was a thing called street cred. You don't even hear that no more.
Yeah.
Yo, does he have street cred? Like, you don't hear that no more.
Yeah.
Because it's obsolete. It's like
all that shit used to really matter.
I feel like a lot of people, like in my generation, like we came up watching that. Like it was because I'm a square, but I would, my big homies and shit.
Right.
Like I was surrounded by the element, and it was always I was looking at Ye and they was looking at Beans.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at Ye, they looking at Beans. It's like
exactly
right,
exactly. So the dudes that was going to college, right? The dudes that was regular, it was like that was the hero.
They had someone they could relate to.
They had
finally.
somebody they could relate to, right? Because you had to think about it. Are there more regular people in the world? Or are there more hood gangsters shooting killers in the
Facts.
world? Which one is it?
Facts.
It's more regular guys.
Facts.
It's more guys that are just cool. Look, man, I smoke a little weed.
Play some video games.
May drink. May drink a little bit on the weekends, and I like to mess with the girls. Man, I'm cool.
That's it.
It's a cool guy. You understand? And no, I don't believe in that snitching. Man, you put your hands on me, man. I'm gonna
call the police.
Call the police, right?
It's, yeah.
I pay taxes.
Exactly. So and it was that college element. Like, so, young kids going to college at that point was like, yo, we got somebody to look up to. I ain't putting on no bulletproof vest. I don't live like that.
Let me ask you this real quick, because we did have Beans up here. We talked to him, but something I like to ask, like, people of your cloth, of your caliber, like, you know how like it's pivot from being the hustler to now being the user, as far as in hip hop, right? Don't you feel like sometimes like the hustlers got to absorb some of that responsibility because of the people, like if you hustling, you serving, that the younger generations who you serving to.
So basically, we gave birth to crack babies.
I'm saying
basically what you saying, right?
I'm saying that if you serving, who you think you serving to? So the next 15-year-old is coming up and he addicted to whatever he addicted to.
I never looked at it like that, and I don't know, because I feel like that style of music is a mirror of the culture without the music. Period. Like I feel like these kids is certain cities that really was a culture. So like when you talk about Houston and with lean and stuff like that,
it's different.
Really was their culture. I think people took it later on and kind of try to make it cool for their own reasons, and it kind of
got out of control.
Yeah, got out of control. So, I never looked at it like it was dudes like Beanie and the Locks and all these hard rappers or 50 Cent or whatever. I never looked at it like it was their fault for that type of stuff, because one doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the other. I don't know where the relation in the music. I don't know.
To be fair, too,
I'm speaking on the community in general.
To be fair, though, all the drugs the kids are on now, y'all weren't selling back then.
Right.
No one like Xanax and Perks. All that shit's big foreign, baby. Like,
right. But if you think about the country is addicted.
Opiates.
The whole country is addicted to opioids. The whole country is addicted to prescription.
They just made the first 3 arrests of like pharmaceutical heads yesterday.
Right.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. So that's the first time that's happened. Like they got criminal drug trafficking. Old white men in suits,
right? So
rightfully so.
Right? Yeah, dudes was talking about selling crack and coke and dope.
Got you.
These fools ain't on that shit.
They not on that.
Yeah,
they
prescription shit.
Yeah, they on Perks.
They're sniffing Xans,
Oxy, Xans. They on pills and some people I think do heroin, but
I think the heroin shit is I can speak personally from experience in my family, like at least now, because heroin went away. That shit wasn't like.
Well, certain places it wasn't as
popular, wasn't as big,
but certain places it never went away.
I know Baltimore never went away. But what I'm saying is, like, as far as it being like one of the more prevalent drugs,
right?
But what happened is everybody gets hooked on all these pills, and then if you're trying to buy a 30 30 gram Percocet in the streets. That shit ain't cheap.
That's right.
Heroin is cheap, bro.
Right.
And it's the same high.
You wind up graduating. Yeah, you wind up graduating.
You can save money and do heroin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro.
You wind up graduating. So.
Hey, take it back to were you there the day that there was the Hot 97 shooting with the Kim and CNN shit?
Nah, I came a little after that.
Okay,
I was still away, right? So when I got back, that had just happened.
That was like, but you were rolling with Kim when that was like serious. Have you? I mean, you know, Nori's like now everyone's like uncle. You know what I'm saying?
My guy. Right. Me and Nori always had a good relationship though. Me and Nori always was cool. I mean, like really cool. I remember we was in Miami. This is a true story. I never even said this before. Like, and we pulled up. I had a show at SoBe Live. Remember SoBe Live in Miami? And Nori came, you know, to support me. And we was sitting there contemplating, like, man, we gonna, you know, I want to get the thing in there. Like, I want to slide the situation. Like, I want to slide the situation with us. I want to take it in with us. Like, you know what I mean? That's the type of time we was on. And Nori's like, get it to me. I walk in, they ain't gonna search me. I was like,
get the fuck out of here.
Swear to God.
That's crazy.
He took a piece in.
He took that situation. Word.
That's crazy.
Hey, Nori's a real one. People don't realize it, bro. Nori's. That's the
shout out to Nori.
The craziest thing is like him and Fat Joe like are such
Fat
beloved.
Joe,
like you know, we love them now. But it's like, yo, these are two of the realest motherfuckers to ever touch a microphone.
Yeah, Nori took that situation in from me, man.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Yo, it's crazy because I feel like New York has had like a pretty crazy decade when it comes to like obviously, you know, guys like yourself, and then, you know, shout out to Joey Badass and the Flatbush Zombies of the world, and Action Bronson, and then, you know, more recently, you know, Free Bobby Schmurder. You know, I know he's getting out early.
Free Bobby. I went to see Bobby before.
That's dope.
While he was still in the city jail. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So, yeah.
But then like more recently, you know, Lil TJ, these guys are moving. Right. Shout out to them. But the 6ix9ine shit, you know, I feel like you're one of the only people who I had noticed like didn't really like stand too close to that cat.
I mean, like,
because a lot of people was trying to, you know what I'm saying?
I'm if nothing else, trying to correct.
Right.
But that's just me. I don't ride waves, bro. Like I don't. You know, this dude over there is getting popular. I'm like, all right, cool. I see him. I salute you. It's all love. I don't give that much energy to other people's situations. Like, you know what I mean? And I knew dudes that was around him. I met him. He seemed like a good kid. He seemed like a really kid though to me. So I understood what was going on. I always was against people speaking down on him because I felt like that's what egged him on.
Yeah.
You understand?
Fueled the fire.
That's what fueled him. I'm like, yo, why y'all even, man? Yo, this
pay
is
him
what
no
he
mind.
do.
He's a
like,
kid. This is what he
know
does.
how to do this better than us. Like,
facts.
Like, how we gonna win?
That's a fact.
This is what he know how to do. This is his era. They mastered that. They know what they doing. You know.
I mean, I'm curious because, like, obviously, you know, you're from the street. I mean, I've you know, formerly used to sell certain situations in the streets. And as far as like, you know, the snitching code, I feel like is there ever a line where it gets blurry?
Like what?
Because a lot of people are like, well, this guy, you know, these dudes was fucking his baby mom and trying to get him killed.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is that confirmed though? I don't know if that's really true.
I don't know either.
That's what they saying. I don't know. You know what I mean?
But is there ever like
is that a reason to tell on a nigga?
I don't know.
No.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
That's not. So let's scratch that right off.
Okay.
And what is the other one?
The other thing I'm curious is if obviously if it's not someone who's like a corporate and like you doing crime, like let's say like, you know, I remember when Cameron had that interview that was so fucking viral. He's like, if I live next to a serial killer and I knew about it, I ain't saying shit.
Right.
I was like, damn, Cam. Damn. But like, you know, in a certain situation like that, you know, like, you know, it doesn't feel, is that something that's, you know, I'm just curious because we always talk about that. Why'd you just drop the Stop Snitching record?
Yeah, well, you know, like here's the thing, right? And this is what we gotta understand. We gotta be like dudes like me gotta be mature enough to understand our lifestyle and the way we come up and our principles and our morals. That's a certain ethic that we take, right? That's a certain oath that we take because we come from a certain place. We come from a certain mentality, right? We come from a certain environment that tells us that that's not cool to do. Now, there's certain people that come from that environment that don't adhere to that.
Facts.
They pedestrians or they regular people, right? Most of the world doesn't relate to that mind state.
Facts.
That's my mind state. Look, if we consciously doing criminal acts, then we gotta consciously understand that those acts bring repercussions, right? And we gotta deal with that, no matter what. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now, I'm not talking about that. Doesn't apply for people like for the mother that gets up, and goes to work to take care of 2 kids. Something happens to her. Of course, she's going to the cops. That's no snitching. That's not meant for her.
Right.
Right. Cops talk all that shit, but they don't even like snitching.
Facts.
What's the first thing that happens when a fellow cop tells on?
Oh, they get ostracized or moved, or
yeah, they hate
Because
internal
they put them at a
affairs.
desk, or
Right, because there's a certain code that you're supposed to stand by for your brothers. So it's like we don't put each other down. We don't put each other out. Don't rat on your brother. They call each other like we got the president calling dudes rats.
Yeah.
Nobody
which is
likes
crazy.
snitching.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that, right? When it affects them, but the majority of the world does not relate to that.
Don't operate like that.
You understand? Like we talking about Middle America, we talking about these kids. Most 6ix9ine fans, they probably felt like I would have did the same thing.
Of course.
Yeah, no, for real.
Well, the thing is, I think I think the nuance to it is more or less like, because I was brought up around G's and shit like that, and they taught me that it doesn't apply if you're not a member of the criminal.
That's right.
element.
If you're not a member of the criminal element, it's not your situation.
Correct. So, but what to his point is, if you portray a certain element, you know what I'm saying, then at that point it get a little blurry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you
My thing is like, do you remember last year? Remember that kid in New York, man? All them dudes fucking stabbed him. It was like a mistaken identity, and everybody. You remember? It was real sad, man. It was fucked
I had
up.
a song about it,
and
yeah,
and like an instance like that, where that something like that happens to somebody who's obviously an innocent bystander. Like, you know what I'm saying? If someone were to drop a dime on somebody like that, I don't think anyone's gonna. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. That's where, to me, it might get blurry.
Right. Well, the family is going to, the family and friends, but most people are regular humans, man.
Right. No, that's true.
It is what it is. Like, the minority of the world are criminals and people that have that code and ethic or have that principle. As far as the rapper is concerned, I think what we saw was a person that really wasn't from that life, that was portraying a certain lifestyle, that was portraying a certain type of image, and it really wasn't him.
And it backfired.
And when it really got really real for him, he did what he knew how to do. He did what was in his nature, because that other shit wasn't him.
Right. I agree with you.
That other thing wasn't him.
I agree with you.
All the what? I ain't scared of nobody. Who gonna do something to me? I'm a gangster. I'm a gang. That was just for the attention. That was entertainment.
Yeah.
I always looked at it as entertainment. I was never offended. I actually thought it was funny.
Right.
It was very entertaining. We used to always talk about it. Like, say what you want. The kid is entertaining, man.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Maino, when is the last time you 5-finger slapped a rapper, man? I feel like it's been a while.
Man, we ain't doing that.
So one thing that I think I've learned from you is you don't waste a punch on a bitch, right?
Wait, what happened?
I'm saying you slap like there's certain motherfuckers that if you come in contact, you just slap them. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we off that though. We off that a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. We been off that.
Hey, you know what though? I was gonna tell you though. I do see you like moving different. Like you matured a lot.
It's been like that for a while.
You
right?
matured
for a long time.
I feel like you matured literally in front of our eyes. From rumors to the person you are now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You in the car. I see you in the back seat. Yeah. You're not really. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because experiences change you, right? They evolve you. Like, so what y'all was saying before was a dude that just got out of prison who had never been no other place but the streets in prison. Mm-hmm. So I had never been nowhere but the streets in prison and back to the street. So what you was seeing was just raw me in trying to find my way. So you talking about rumors, you talking about Smack DVD Maino, you talking about before record deal, you talking about straight in the street, coming out the projects, put that on Jesus Sandals Maino. Like you talking, like, so what you seeing is a dude really from the hood that was really active, that was trying to get out, but you know, I just had that energy.
Do you regret anything? Because I mean, obviously the transition, like Black Flag and the like,
I don't regret anything, but what I will say is that I wished that I had somebody that I respected to come and show me more. Yeah. Right? To try to tell me like, yo, nah, you ain't gotta be putting dudes' names in your raps, dissing them and all that. Like you don't gotta do that. You don't have to do that, right? You don't, you know, to help me guide and navigate through it a little bit better, because I feel like, not that I regret it, because it is what it is, and you know, but I feel like I hit a lot of walls, and I ran away a lot of money early on.
Yeah, I agree.
And I stepped on, you know, so many situations that I could have flourished from because of my image, or you know, or what people thought of me, or what some of the things that I was saying. So, you know,
that's something Fat Joe said. Fat Joe said he missed out on like a crazy alcohol ownership deal.
Of course,
and he didn't even know it just by the way he was carrying himself.
Just the way you carry yourself, dudes. Listen, people watch you.
Facts.
Whether they acknowledge. Whether they acknowledge you or not, like they watch you, especially with social media. So I was like, man, hold up, like, because now I'm getting money, I'm changing, and things are happening, and my son is getting bigger, and life is happening, and I'm like, it's more to life than just this hood mentality. Yeah. You understand? So I started to evolve because it was natural. Yeah, it was impossible to stay the same if the experience is getting broader. Like we overseas, we all over the place. So it's like, wow, life is good.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. I feel
Were you hesitant playing the guy that hit Pac in the movie?
Nah, not at all. I was with it. I mean, listen, acting is good. I love it. You know, I got some stuff coming up too, but I wasn't hesitant. Not at all. Not at all.
I mean, you're from Bed-Stuy, man.
Yeah, you know not at all. Not at all. But I'm gonna tell you like this though. I'm gonna tell you like this though. Nah, I'm gonna tell you like this.
It was layers to that shit. It was layers to that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this though.
I'm from LA, so
listen.
Tupac's from Brooklyn.
Go ahead, explain.
Tupac. First of all, anybody know me? I'm a avid Pac fan.
Right.
You hear it in the music.
No, I feel like
I see it in the life.
Both y'all rap from your stomach. You know what I mean? Like
everything. Like Pac all day, right? They yo Pac or Big, man. I'm taking both of them. What's up? It was just a movie for me, right? But they feel like I did it so good
that there was something there.
Like dudes was like running down on me on social media. Yeah. People in the street like, yo, you really shot Pac? I'm like, are you stupid? Like, it's a fucking movie, man. Like, it's a movie. I'm acting. I love Pac.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for real, like, dudes was going at me, DMing me. Like,
That's crazy.
I used to like you.
Until I saw the movie.
You shot Pac.
Are you serious?
I couldn't make this up, man.
That's crazy.
I couldn't make this up.
Eventually, you got to stop responding to that type of shit.
No, I never respond.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
But in the street, it's just like, yo, you mean you shot? I'm like, yo, you nuts? But I'm saying like on social media, it's just like you scratch your head laughing like, do you not realize that you just watched
a film,
a motion picture? Like,
you bought a ticket.
You bought it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you think I really did it on Maino? Yeah, he really shot Pac. Like, oh man, that was an actor.
Yeah,
that wasn't even Pac.
That wasn't even Pac.
Yo, it's crazy.
That is true.
That's funny as a motherfucker.
Yo, Brooklyn, excluding Hove and Biggie, who are your top 3 or 4 favorite Brooklyn MCs? Because I know those are the 2 easy ones.
Oh man, you gotta
and exclude Maino.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta give Fab.
Fab for sure.
You gotta give Fab
longevity.
He got like the most respectable career,
and he's got the double discography. He's got the albums and then the fucking tapes that are like they're probably better than like the soul tapes are so crazy. Like.
Yeah, you gotta give him a lot of respect because his career to just still be here, you know,
Facts.
this long is a hard job.
And he still looks like he's 24.
That's right. So artists come and go all the time. So
yeah,
to still be out here and still be, you know, in the game is definitely respectable. Who else? Man, there's a lot of rappers from New York, from Brooklyn, man. Every hot rapper is from Brooklyn.
Well, give me two more names. All time. I'm talking all time.
All time.
Fab is a great one though. Fab is a great one.
You know who I got a lot of love for? Talib.
Yo, Kweli.
Kweli.
Reflection Eternal, man.
Yeah, I got a chance to work with him too.
Yeah, and still very active and still top-notch MC.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Joey Badass is creeping up there, man.
Joey, I like Joey a lot. You know, who else? We talking about all time.
All time.
We gotta go back. We gotta touch Kane.
I was gonna say Kane's Brooklyn. I think Kane's got to be there with Fab at the top. It's like, yeah,
Kane is the father.
You know, when I first heard Big Daddy Kane, because I'm so young, it was in what was it, 99 on Big L's album, and he had the craziest line on that album. Big Daddy Kane. He coughed. He was like, "Pardon me, but I'm fucking sick with it." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's Big Daddy Kane." And he fucked Madonna, man. Shout out to salute.
Well, okay,
salute.
Yeah, not old Madonna, hot Madonna, not new butt Madonna.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, like when Madonna was in her bag, Madonna.
Yeah.
Facts.
Before we let you go, I do want to commend you because I know, like, obviously we talked about your your maturation, right? But like, I know, like, you be having, like, you have had issues in the past,
right?
And then you get on the phone and squash it, like, get on the phone and back channels, like, you won't do it in public as much, like, as the earlier, like, it's really like a real G way to move, I would say. So
yeah, I feel like certain stuff not supposed to be on social media.
Yeah,
for certain things.
I just know things personally that has happened, and I know how you handled it, and I commend you for that.
Certain things not supposed to be for everybody. You know what I mean? And if we men, like, you know, if we should be able to come to a resolution. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't never have a problem having a problem. Anybody that know me know that. Right? But what we doing? We need money though. Like. Like we gonna fuck this up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different when see I was a savage, bro. Right? But my circumstances was different. My environment was different, and my hunger was different. So that was a different type of pain, right? So everything it's the ugly me. Like you put somebody in a hole and just the problem of things and just leave them there. What you think that turns them to?
Yeah,
that's facts.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to shout you out.
Any
for that.
chance we're gonna get? I really enjoy Gilly the Kid's content he's been putting out.
Me too. Shout out to Wallow, man, Gilly. I like that.
Any chance we get like a Maino podcast in the future?
You know what?
I would listen to that.
There's some stuff in the works.
I think it'd be solid.
Shout out to BET too, but there's some stuff in the works that I want to say that.
Okay.
Because Joe Budden is thriving. By the way, between you and Joe Budden, who do you think has tagged the biggest IG girls in the world? Because I feel like both of y'all are legendary when it comes to the opposite sex, I should say.
What do you mean, like female?
I'm talking about bartenders, dancers, IG girls in New York. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Give it to Joe.
Give it to Joe.
Give it to
Respectfully. Shout out to Joe. Yo, let's get into the new single, man. Introduce it to LA, bro.
Hey,
come on.
Man, LA, you already know what it is. Your boy Maino. This is my new single called All Again featuring Macy Gray.
Yes.
Maino.
Brooklyn to LA. Let's go. It's Real 92.3.